Gavin Newsom has announced that he says that the state's done everything it can do as far as funding. He says it's time for the counties to take care of business, and he's made threats at LA County. So with the counties in our area, do they have the resources they need to deal with this issue, the sheriffs? Or is this something you'll need to work on getting some federal funding for them to clean up the communities? And then regarding spending, under Speaker Johnson's leadership, there has been a lot of kind of like compromise, but like really in favor of big spending bills, giving vast amounts of foreign aid. It seemed like, maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like under Speaker McCarthy there was a bit more of an even compromise. But under Speaker Johnson, there's been huge giveaways to the Democrats, and there's kind of been a division in the Republican Party over funding for foreign countries. And I just wanted to know where you stood on foreign aid and just spending in general too.
Sure, good questions. First of all, on homelessness. We have a state that emptied the jails and told counties they had to cover the cost of the jails. A state that's got record revenues coming in tax-wise, but still spends more money than what even the high-tech sector in Silicon Valley and Los Angeles and San Francisco can deliver them in revenue. So we've got record revenues going into California, and we've got the state relieving onto the counties the responsibilities and the cost of jails and prisons, and that's causing a lot of emptying the jails onto the streets, causing a lot of the homeless problems, at least a lot of the homelessness problems that are causing crime and real disruptions in cities. There's also just families who can't make it, who are in shelters, who are receiving some help and some benefits. But when you look at homelessness, like the guys in the tents and the guys along the freeway and the guys dealing drugs and in a life of drugs, that's a lot of the jails the state opened onto the county. Now, I don't think the state spends money very well. And I think the state of California could do a lot better in balancing its books, not on the backs of counties and local governments, but looking at its own bureaucracies and anti-business, anti-farming, resource abandonment, and do a better job here in California. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of sympathy for federal money to come to California to solve problems we're causing ourselves. Right? Unless it's a nationwide problem, I don't think you're going to see that. Now, in terms of foreign aid, and the general budget, one thing we know is we don't want to shut down the government. I think the Republican Party has gone in there. We've cut discretionary spending. We've tried to provide spending limits, both in the debt ceiling negotiation that Kevin McCarthy governed, that he got basically kicked out by some extreme Republicans for those compromises, and then under Speaker Johnson, we passed some spending constraints, but we also passed foreign aid, like you said, to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, which I was in favor of. I really don't believe that we can let China and Russia invade our friends, invade our allies around the world, and not stand up to them. I don't believe we can let Hamas terrorize Israel and not help Israel through those challenges. So I would like to see us pursue a more robust economy. We all know the story of World War II. America had this huge economy. We were able to make tanks, weapons, and kind of save the world from fascism. Well, America's got to be better drilling its own energy resources, using its energy resources, growing our economy so that we can play our role in the world and still be the leader for freedom. And that's what I believe those foreign aid packages did. And in this case, I think Europe has been stepping up on Ukraine, and we have seen partnerships on that.